is a full stack app built for DevMountain as a full stack web student. And so this is built with React, and I use Sass and a little bit of jQuery. This is only the minimum viable product of the personal project, and so this is just the halfway point. There will be some additions made when the project is complete. As far as backend goes, it was built with Massive.js, SQL, Express, and so I also did the design of the SVGs and the logos for myself. So we have our homepage here. You can click to go to the menu. Start with the About page, so you can learn about the ballet company. This is a fake ballet company that I made up for this project. And so, it lists our dancers. These are loaded through an API call to our backend as to who the dancers in the company are. And so you can, hover on these contacts. These don't actually lead anywhere because this is a fake company. If you were to want to subscribe, you could put in your name. So let's go with Leia Skywalker, and email rebel at alderaan.gov. And so when you click subscribe, it will tell you, sorry, Leia Skywalker, this is not a site. So if this had been a real site, we would be sending this information to a backend with an API call, and you would receive an email. So in addition to our About page, we can support the arts. So in this case, we can enter, say, our name. Let's go with Leia Skywalker again. And let's say she wants to donate $5,000. So we can click donate. And so this is where the halfway point of completion comes in. This is being only the minimum viable product. When this project is complete, Stripe will open up upon clicking donate, and you will be able to actually pay. However, I will be keeping it in test mode since this is only a class project, and it thanks us for our generous donation. So the site is also fully responsive. So if we were to look here, we could see this is what it would look like on, say, an iPhone 5. And you could still enter everything. Maybe an iPad, same thing. So moving on, we go to season. And so as you can see, this also loads the different performances or the shows that will be done in the fall season and the upcoming season, winter. And so you can see that only one is actually on sale now. So let's close the menu and I'll show you how this works. So we click on this and that activates this area, and so we see we now have our show name. So this is a separate component that is activated by this handing down a prop. So then we can select one of our performance dates. Now, these performance dates actually loaded when we chose the show we wanted to see, and so it'll load the individual performance dates. So choosing a day pulls up, makes an API call and pulls up this information. It also calls and loads the tickets from our backend in our database. And so there's all these tickets in, we've got our balcony section, and it'll tell us which tickets are and how much their cost is. And you can see that these tickets, they're disabled. So you cannot buy them because they've already been purchased. So each little seat is a button, and purchase tickets marked so in the database when loaded are disabled buttons. So we have our cool little 3D seating matrix here. So you can see we're now in the mezzanine. There have been some tickets purchased here. And we could also kind of click anywhere, to get out of this, as long as we're in tickets. So let's go ahead and buy some seats in the front row of the orchestra. So you can see when you choose a seat, suddenly it displays that it's in basket, and you can also see that the color changes. And our total in our basket is changing. So now we see these are in basket. So now we've got 3. Let's say we find out Frodo Baggins can't come see the show, so we remove his seat, and all of a sudden it is no longer in the basket, and our total dropped. So now we can click on the basket and go see our checkout. So here's our total, etc. Let's say we're not quite done and we find out, one of our friends actually can't come, but they want to sit in the balcony. So we'll compromise. So we go buy 3 seats in the balcony. Then we choose basket. We can see them here. Friend number 3, again, decides they can't come, so let's go ahead and delete that ticket. And I don't know if you can see here, it also deleted here, so it's still being tracked. So now when we go ahead and click checkout, once again, it will tell us that this is just the MVP. Stripe has not pulled up, and that will be added later in this project, and soon you will actually be able to fake pay, but it will still be in test mode. And we can then return to seats, and you'll see that these tickets, an API call was made to patch the tickets and their status as no longer available, and then it returned all of the tickets again, and so we now see that these 2 are unavailable because we have purchased them. So that is my fake site for Salt Lake City Ballet Company, and it was a full stack app.